Microphone check, check. Oh, microphone check, check. Don't fall too far. Microphone check, check. Microphone check, check. Okay. Microphone check, check. Microphone check, check. So we can turn the volume down here and let's do a check, check on here. A 1, 2. Okay. Cool. Ah, Friday, Thursday. Well, it feels like Friday because tomorrow's a day off. So we are going to continue this little build here tonight. I just got another plate full of printed parts. I think this is the piece de resistance. I think this is it's the hot end part. And I hope I printed the right cover here. Let's just see. 6 people already. No echo now. Back from the party. Yes, we had a nice dinner out. I had a nice spaghetti dinner. I'm so full. Oh, hey, Duff and Scott and Radioactive RC. Yeah, no echo now. Cool. Cool. So let's sort of just start something here. Why does that seem awful bright on there? That's just this camera. It's all right. Okay, so there is the. Oh, good, I did. So I can print the inserts for the Voron logo. I did this one so I can print the inserts in green and put them in there. So that's the little hot end or whatever where the fans go and all that stuff. So is that right? The fans are going to go in there and blow. Oh, it goes that way. Oh, that's the top there. I was going to say, that doesn't look like it's going to work. Okay, cool. Now that's part of the extruder, I believe. As is this and these 3 pieces. And you can go aside for now. And that little stubborn piece. Perfect. Those are for later on. Okay, put that aside. I got some customer jobs to print tonight too. So, okay, let me go and see where we left off here. Whoop. That is mainsail. That's my rat rake screen. I don't need that. Let's, there's the manual there. Okay. So when last we were on with DWIT 3D, the kit's going great so far, Duff. I'm quite enjoying it. Learning a lot of lessons on the way of what not to miss and what to watch out for. So if I ever built it again, it'll be a little quicker because I won't have to go and take a few things apart where I made some screw makers. Hey, Hutch Maker Space. So yeah, I can go a little later tonight because tomorrow's a long weekend, of course. I think it is for everybody Good Friday. So no work tomorrow, can sleep in, so I can stay up a little later tonight if I don't fall asleep on screen. So we have this part we finished, and now we're going to load the 2 other pieces, so the ends of the x-axes onto the rail that I just put the linears on. Okay, well, let's do it. So we need some. We're going to preload nuts already. Okay. Okay, let's get the good view going. And again, I think this camera should be a little lower. Let me just lower this one a bit. There we go. That's good. Brant Miller, addiction. The Voron bug has injected its venom. You have been infected. We knew you couldn't stay away from it tonight. You're true. That's true. Yeah. And the wife, and Maria said, go downstairs, go on. And so that's good. This is my way of unwinding too. So I need M3 by 12, 4 of them. No, 3 of them. Oh, okay. Let's get 3 M3 by 12s going. I don't have any background music. I should cue something up, but yeah, that's all right. 3 M3 12s. And I'm going to need 2 M3 6s, and that's my unlabeled bag. And we're going to preload 2M3. Let me just zoom in on this to ensure I'm on the right. Oh, we're going to preload them on the bottom of this. Okay. Glad I checked because it almost looks like the size. So we're going to preload 2M3 nuts in the bottom here. So we'll just do whatever. I'm going to do a couple square ones. Where are my square nuts? There we are. Dum, dum, dum. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear my wife talking on the phone upstairs. She's a loud talker. I think she's talking to her sister. Here we go. Okay. Preload. Give me square. There we go. So one. Nice and simple. Slidey. Hey, Focus Tech. Hey, Dora. How are you? Thanks for popping on. On your 2.4, there were times you had to load up CAD to help to clarify the build. Yeah. I go back and forth, and I will, like when I'm done here tonight, when I finish a step, I'll sneak ahead and I'll sort of look ahead at what's going on, because sometimes knowing what's going to come helps you with what you're doing. So with what's going on. Okay, so we have this one, and we are going to put these little guys on here. So this goes on, other way around. This one goes on there, and this one goes on here. And we have, interesting that we have two on the one side, but that's okay. So this, okay, I think I forgot to preload some nuts in here. Let me just check. Let me go back one step here. 2M3 nuts, 2M3 nuts. Yeah, I got to preload 2M3 nuts on the top sides of these too. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just pull out some of our preloads here. And I'm just going to use square nuts again. 4 of those. And where's my square nut adapters? Come on. Am I running out of square? There we are. Presently rebuilding your tool head. Originally printed parts on CR10 mini ABS parts were about 75%. Now rebuilding with parts from the V0. Okay, cool. I'm glad I decided to do this all in ABS. It's just because it's printing so extremely well. So on the big Flash Forge, it's working great. Now I'm actually quite enjoying printing with ABS. So I might be. Matter of fact, I ordered another roll of ABS today of Silk Gold, just for fun, because I'm enjoying printing with it so much. And one more. Give me one more square one. There we go. Sounds like some heated conversation going on upstairs. Okay, let's move these little guys aside. I'm sure I'm going to have to preload some more nuts in a bit, so we'll leave them aside. Hey, Joe Velasco, how are you? Okay, so we're going to pop this one in here, like so. And let's align our nuts. And those are the M312s. Okay. It looks like they just want that snug right up against the linear rail. There we go. And then the other side pops on. Like so. Hey, non-fam. I am doing great tonight. I get to do a build. I get to continue with my Voron build, so no complaints here. Come on, get in there. Just a little snug. Just going to split that a little bit. I wonder if I have a bit of a... No. There might be a little bit of a... No, I think I just have to muscle this in. I think I just have to muscle this in is all. So let's see. There we go. I just had to grow a set and muscle my way that. There we go. And line that up, and that one's lined up. And we just want an M12 put in the one spot on this for now. I'm assuming something else is going to attach to that one. But I do want to make sure, before I snug that this is actually... Oh, M12's too short for that. So I just want to make sure that I have a nut line down there. And I do. Good. So that nut is in good alignment there. Good. It is a nice little kit, non-fam, for sure, so far. I'm quite enjoying this build. So, okay. It's by far the smallest printer I'll have, but so I have pretty much the polar opposites. I have the Voron V0 and the Ratrig 500. So talk about having David and Goliath. Okay, so we finished this part here. Oh no, we didn't. M3x6. I've got to tighten them in on the on the underside. Okay, that's what those preloads were for on the underside. M3x6. So I'll slide them into place. There's one, and we'll slide this one into place. Oh, this one's real easy to slide. There we go. Brett Miller, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I am enjoying the preload of nuts. I appreciate that, Brent. Thank you. Preloading of nuts, I'm getting used to it. So, yes. Hopefully the small printer gives me better luck. Well, my Ratrig is doing really well, actually. I can't complain. It prints beautifully. And I've actually got to start printing some stuff for the Maker Faire, some more stuff. So, but this one, from what I understand, this thing prints like a charm, this little guy. So I can take these plugs out now because the linear rail is not going to go anywhere now. There we go. So I can just put those plugs wherever. Okay. Yeah, thanks so much again, Brian. Appreciate that. So we finish this, and then we will move on to the next page, which is check your work. Oh, okay, so this is just a check your work scenario. So with this up here, okay, what we're looking for, side view. Oops. Side view that way, and a side view this way. So what they're looking for in that, obviously, is, if I go this camera, so basically they're wanting to make sure that this bearing is on top, this bearing is on the bottom, and on the side view, the bearing is on the bottom here. So we have bottom and top, and then we have bottom and top, just to ensure I didn't load those bearings wrong for the belt path. So because, yeah, if you load them wrong for the belt path, you're going to really notice it, and there would be a fair bit to take apart once that's done. So it's not the size of the printer, it's how you operate it. I agree. Comparing it to the last small one. You guys. Okay, now we're on to this. So now we are going to, we get to mount. Oh, it's those 4 cute little screw holes there. So now we're going to mount the x-axis onto the linear rail. Okay, makes sense. We are going to use M2 by 6 flathead countersunk screws, 4 on each side. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so that's the M2 by 6s. It's around here somewhere. They are tiny, tiny. M3, 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 M2 by 8. So it must be, I must not have used them yet. M2 by 6s. M2 by 6, 12 pieces right there. Okay, so let's just gonna put these things back in the box here. Okay, pull this guy out, and we will get a little bit higher camera view here. There we go. Gonna have a bad time. Gonna have a bad time with what? We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, these are tiny, tiny, tiny screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of those. Okay. This ought to be fun. I think if I lay this down to start, and then let me just make sure the orientation of this thing, it should be obvious, but what it should be and what it is are two different things. Yeah, so it is obvious. So it goes this way. Okay, so stay put for a second. Let's see if this is the right size hex key, which I'm sure it is. And it is. So if I get one of them started, there we go. We got one in. Ooh, this is going to work too. Wonder if I can blindly do this top one. You're not even going through. I see what's going on. So the gap up top, it's too much of a gap. So one thing they didn't do, so I'm going to take this bottom one out again. So one thing they didn't do, unless they mentioned it and I kind of just went by it, is obviously we have to have, this distance has to be pretty much exact the distance that these two linear rail mounts are apart. Now I want to back up and see if they gave me a measurement, and they didn't. Yeah, all they did was tell me to put 25 millimeters on the end when I mounted the linear rail. So not a big deal. All I need to do is go ahead and measure this distance. So, oh, you don't quite go that far, do you? Okay. Where is my other measuring device that I had over here? I know I put you down. Don't put me down. Whatever you do. Oh, come on. Where did I put it? Too much stuff. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this old school. Yeah, so what I mean is, like, if you see this when it's in here, there's too much side-to-side play right here. Okay, so I need to basically loosen these and pull these open a little bit. Hey, Mika Steve. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, 1K sender. Appreciate that. My preferred platform is YouTube. I like Twitch for different things, but for what I'm doing here, I like YouTube, but I'm streaming on Twitch as well, just because I have some followers on Twitch. So, need one of Steve Build's hexagon screw trays. I have a screw tray that I use. I have this one. I have a couple of them, actually. This one's got the screws left over from the linear rails in it. So I could always just put them in there, actually. So that way I don't lose them. But yeah, actually, because I don't think I'm going to need these little guys anymore for a little bit, because I've already attached the last linear rail. But I can't imagine they gave me that many overs. So I would imagine that these are going to be used for something down the road. So, but that's a good idea. I'm going to just put all those screws in there. That way I don't lose them. But I think I have to separate this manually. I can't find, I had a longer ruler here, and you'd think I could locate it, but no. And then the other way I can do this too, actually, is very old school. Yeah. So this is really technical. Don't try this at home, okay? There we go. So there we go. Very, very technical way of doing this. There we go. And that tells me how much I have to move it open. It works. Whatever works, right? So let's loosen off the bottom one. And we'll loosen off the top one. Here. And we will pull it out there, and a hair more. Right about there. That's about right. Now, they don't say anything in the instructions about doing this, but unless I skim ahead a few pages, let me just look. Oh, okay. Oh, I did miss a step. But that's my bad. So they do tell you to leave the screws slightly loose for the next step. So yeah, okay. So which kind of makes sense. So they're smarter than me. So we will just slightly loosen them up. Okay. Anyway, so let's get back to where we were. That's all right. Okay. You see, that's what I get for doing this so late at night. FYI, 1K sender on Twitch equals Brant Miller on Tube. Oh, okay. Just trying to help out the best. Well, thank you so much, Brant. I appreciate that. Okay. Who is she talking to up there? Certainly not our dog. Okay, there's one there. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with butter. Okay, two steps forward, one step back is better than one step forward and two steps back. Yes, that's right. That's so right. But I'm breaking my own rules. I said the other day, I said, one of the things you got to do when you're doing a build like this, I'm learning, is read the instructions carefully. I failed to do that just then. But that's okay. We kind of made up for it. So now I will turn this one over. There we go. And that kind of just slides, falls into place nicely there. Okay. So let's get one of these started. Okay. Come on, find the hole. Actually, it's going to be easier if I turn this way. There we go. Okay. And there we go. Just had to get the one started, and it's and I said okay because my gorgeous is just stepping outside for a minute. So there we go. Once you get one going, the rest of them are pretty much falling into place. "22 folks watching me. Oh man, that's cool. I appreciate it." It's awesome. So I assume everybody, well, most of us have a long weekend here. I don't know if Dora's still on, but you guys celebrate Good Friday out there? And of course, the kids have Monday off because it's Easter Monday. Okay, we'll stand this up. That is super smooth, no binding, and now we can tighten up these ones here now that we're all in position. There we go, and that is super smooth. Okay, starting to look like a printer. If you do it twice, it negates it altogether. Aha. Yes, it is Core XY, Dora. Yes. Core XY, hence the really funky, complicated belt path. I can't wait to get the belts going and get the belts on and just see how much fun I'm going to have with the belt paths. So here we go. And we just finished up this part here. Oops, so we finished that. So now it looks like we have a couple of, that looks like it's an end stop block for the x-axis. And this screw is used to set the trigger position for the X stop. Okay, so I'm going to need the block and an M3 16 button head. Actually, I'm going to need two M3 16 button head cap screws. Okay. Okay, so let's find the block. Still a bunch of little parts in here. I guess I can combine these now. So I'm always paranoid that I'm going to come across a part I forgot to print, but I think this is it right here. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. It's got a little bit of snot on the bottom, or what I call snot anyways. So we're just going to clean this up a hair. There we go. No blood tonight, folks. Sorry. I refuse to bleed for entertainment. There we go. Okay, M316s. 35. They must be over here still. 16, M3, M2.5. What's this? M330, M335. Have I already used them? 16s, 12, 30, 8. M316s. Where are they? Where are you, M316s? I better just bring all my bags over to one part so I can see everything. There we are, M316s right there. Your recommendation on the Rat Rig 500 cubed is positive. What filaments have you printed on it? So far, PETG and PLA. It's the only ones I probably will print on it, but PETG and PLA, and they both run beautifully, extremely beautifully. I can safely say. There we are. Okay. So you are going to stretch all the way down to that nut that we inserted in here. Okay. And then the other one goes in. Oh, I see. So the head of this one triggers the end stop for the X. But that's a self-tapping one right here. Okay. So that can just go through. However, just like that. So I see. So obviously you adjust this. So whatever the end stop is going to hit over here. And then we adjust this for the end stop. Kind of makes sense to me. Okay. Can your 500 become enclosed? It can. Right now it's got a back panel, a right side panel. I have, now I'll show you. Let me, here. Let me turn the light on over here. Hang on. Oh, better yet. So I think that camera's working. Let's see, is that camera working? Why is that camera not working? Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get that camera to work. Give me 1 second. You're gonna lose me for a minute, but you'll hear my voice, and I'll be back on audio or video in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Okay, so there we go. There's the Rat Rig. That's a good question. So you can see on the side, on the right side, I got the little logo there. That's covered in. The back is enclosed. I have panels for the left side and the front side. They're just sitting on the floor. Now I can build an enclosure for the top if I choose. So yeah, and it's not a hard process to do. So I could theoretically enclose that printer, put 2 opening doors on the front, and Bob's my uncle. So yeah, I could definitely enclose it, but right now I don't have a need to enclose it. So no, it wasn't a lens cap. It was just frozen in OBS. Yeah. The old days of lens caps. Remember to take your lens cap off. In the days before digital, that was a major thing. Okay, so we finished this step here. Now we're squaring the gantry. Move the gantry all the way to the back until it hits the A and B drive both sides. Tighten the screws. Oh, I already tightened the screws, so maybe I have to loosen the screws up again. Okay, well, let's just see. Yeah, I think it's a little off. So, okay, so I just got a little, see, that's what I get for not reading instructions. So all I got to do, it's not a big deal. So we're just loosening off a few screws. There we go. So I can loosen that one off. Loosen this one off. Here, come on. Let's at least make this camera do a bit of work. Loosen that guy. Come on. Oh, sure. Well, how am I supposed to tighten that one? See, that doesn't make any sense because you have to. Okay, so we're just going to pull this one screw out for a minute. This step should have been. Yeah. So putting this end stop screw in right here that I'm pulling out should have come after you square the gantry and tighten all the screws, because you can't get to that screw underneath that. You can't get to this screw with this one in. So just a slight oversight in the instructions, but that's okay. Who am I to judge the Voron? I'm not worthy to have an opinion on the Voron build until I've built a Voron. There we go. So now slide this all the way back. There we go. So we slide it back so that we're basically level in the back. Then we tighten up everything. That kind of makes sense. Okay. Now you can be tightened up. Now you can be tightened up. Okay, and then the ones underneath. So kids, read your instructions thoroughly. It's like in the years ago when I was in school. Okay, they always tell you. I don't know what school. I have no idea what school's like these days because I have been out of school for 40 years. So, okay, why can I not find that hole? Anyways, they used to always tell you when you took a test in my days in school, make sure you read over the entire test first before you start. And of course, who does, right? So I'll never forget this. It only happened once in my school life. This doesn't look straight. Yeah, it is. Only happened once in my school life. So, we were doing this test. I think it was a math test or something. I love math. And again, first page of the test, it's one of those where you open the books and blah, blah, blah. So first page of the test says, please ensure you read the test over thoroughly before you begin. Well, nobody did, including myself. And on the very last page of the test, when we were doing it, on the very last page, it said, do not complete this test, just put your name on it and hand it in. Well, of course, everybody completed the test. Everybody, in a way, quote unquote, failed the test. So, yeah, well, skipped first 10 questions, but this one said, do not do the test. The trick to defeating that, read the last question first. Oh, there's a good one, Ben. That's a great one. Okay. Okay, we're making some headway. So we've squared the gantry. We've tightened all the screws, and it hits back exactly square. There's no play on either side. And it hits the front exactly. No wonder this thing goes so fast. There's very little movement on it. At least I assume it prints fast. Okay. Now, oh, look at that. We need some B extrusions. There's only 2 extrusions left, so I don't even have to go look to ensure that these are the B extrusions. And we're going to preload a bunch of nuts. Okay. Oh, I see. So these are going to go in here somehow. Very cool. It's starting to look like a printer, guys. I'm kind of excited. So we're going to put this off to the side a little bit. Kind of come up like this. There we go. Some nut loaders. And where's my square nuts? Come on, square nuts. I put you somewhere. Look, I'm just staring at too many bags. Whoops. Dump out a bunch of square nuts here. Okay, so we're going to preload. Okay, now see these. I have to. And it's obvious to you guys some of you guys, but I have to zoom in here, and I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So I have to zoom in here on this side. Okay, so this one's saying to preload them on the outside. This one's saying to preload 2 on the inside. And then on this one, same thing, 2 on the inside, 3 on the outside. Okay, I just had to be sure. Okay, so basically we're going to go 3, 3, and 2, 2, and then just make sure we turn the extrusions around the right way. Nero says Vorons are not about printing fast, but an old video with RCF says Vorons are about printing fast. Yeah. And you know what? It's not always about printing fast. It's about printing good quality because, you know, like I have the FL Sun SR at my office. It's been printing a customer job for the last week or so. I print it every day and it prints pretty fast. But I was having a lot of stringing issues. I'm printing on it 3D Fuel Pro PLA, but I was having a lot of stringing issues on it. And no matter what I did in my slicer, I couldn't. So anyways, long story short, that was all with all the prototypes I was printing for the customer. So finally we get the job and we're printing 12 of the final product. So I just, for some reason, just today, let's slice it in Idea Maker and just for fun, see how it works. Well, I sliced the job in Idea Maker, very similar settings to what I was doing in Prusa Slicer, and the stringing went away. So I don't know why in the slicer, so 3 and then 2 on the opposite side. I don't know why the slicer would make a difference if I'm using the same or similar settings that would cause the stringing to disappear, but it did. Well, there was a hair, but it was like 90% gone from what it was doing before. So anyways, my point is that the SR is a fast printer and it's printing these parts very fast, but the quality is there as well. So speed is good if you have the quality. If you don't have the quality and you get better quality going slow, then you just go slow. Like on a lot of these, you know, factory made printers like the Crealities, the Focuses, and so forth, just print at the recommended 60 millimeter a second or slower speeds and you get great results. Oh, okay, this insert, that just broke. Some of these inserts are, there we go. Some of them just don't work. That's okay. They're tiny, tiny, tiny pieces, and I ran like 200 up on the bed. So I expect some of them don't always, there we go, that's better. Some of them don't always cooperate. There we go, so we have 3 and 2. We'll do the same thing. You've clipperized your SR. I've heard that works really well. I may do it eventually, but for now not. I got other things on the go that I want to do. This will be clipperized, I think. So sounds like retraction, and you know, I adjusted retraction. I did everything I could possibly think of to get rid of it. Switch slicers, and maybe the slicers treat retraction differently. I don't know, but I do find, and I'm sure we've all found, that sometimes you get better results in one slicer than another. And it's not the model. I designed the model in Fusion 360, so I know exactly how the model was made because I made it. It's another thing I've started loving is designing. So like those hot ends I did, I'm kind of proud of those hot ends. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Last one. And there we go. That's 2. So the 3 go on the outside and the 2 go on the inside. Okay, so that way and that way. So let me tidy my nuts up. You should upgrade to the Krigami bed. What's the Krigami bed? Light speed. I don't under. Oh, thanks so much, Printer Prom. It sounds like something out of Star Trek, like Klingon. Krigami. I like the bed I got. You mean like the flexible bed, or the actual bed, like the aluminum bed? Okay. Okay, let's aluminum plate that replaces the extrusion. updated bed frame. Oh, you mean this part here? Oh, I haven't heard of that. I've never heard of that. I assume you're speaking this part here, but anyways, I'll look into that. I mean, well, number one, um, you forgot those nuts on your first build. Yeah, I'm trying to be very careful. Little floppy. Well, number one, what I've got to do is because this kit, and actually I should run my banner, because this was provided to me at no cost, and I'm going to be showing it at the show. I want to build it to spec out of respect for the two companies being LDO Motors, Jason's at LDO Motors, and Sparta 3D here in Canada that sent me this printer. And I want to build it to spec for now. The only thing I've strayed from on spec so far is the spool holder, because I was under the impression, I was told the spool holder that comes with it is a little short. So there was a model out there in the community, and it was a little longer spool holder. So 53 from Deep Fried Hero, and it's so worth it. I mean, I could always change that. I mean, I know I could always change that, because just strip it apart and redo it. But as I say, out of respect for the folks that sent me this, I'm going to do spec for the most part, other than that spool holder. So let me take you down, because I'm going. Sorry, break out in song. That's a sure way to lose viewers. Okay, we've done that. So now we're on to the next step. No, they haven't told me to put any more nuts. Okay, so on this one, so we're doing M3 by 10s on both ends to hold these in. Okay, M3 by 10s it is. Button head, cap screws. M3 by 10. I'm staring at a lot of numbers here. M3 by 10 right here. So we need 4 of these. Hey, Matt, how are you? LGX Lite is a worthwhile upgrade. It's hard after it's built. Yeah, but and I'm sure you can respect my reason. But I mean, once I've done the build, once it's been showed off at the Maker Faire, like I've agreed to, then I'm sure I'm free to do whatever I want with it. But and if I have to take it apart a bit to do it, oh, what did I just drop? If I have to take it apart a bit to do an improvement, then so be it. What fell? I think it was just a power. Yeah, it was the power brick for my Atom Stack laser. So, well, at least I know where it is when I go looking for it. Okay, so the 3 were on the outside, and the 2 were on the inside. I believe I like to triple check my 3 on the outside, 2 on the inside. Additional content afterwards, exactly. I mean, it could be, it's a mod after the fact. So, okay. That one. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Not that it's a bad song, it's a good song. Strawberry Fields Forever. Let me take you down. Okay, there's that one. Because let's face it, there will be a time, and I haven't done it yet in the rat rig, but there will be a time when I want to take it apart and do a modification. Like the rat rig, I'm really, really, really tempted to put that water-cooled hot end on the rat rig. But I just don't have the time right now. I got too many between. Oh, I got to grab the phone. You will be paused for a moment here, guys, or silenced. She just FaceTimed me down to say goodnight. I said, if you want to bore yourself to sleep, I said, tune in and I'm live right now. So she said, oh, I might tune in. Cue the elevator music. Okay. Where were we? So I got these tightened on the top. So we can come back here. So I've done that, done all that. And belts. Oh, yay. Who said belts? Why do I have to do the belts right now? Anyways, looking forward to the belts. They need gummy bears or something here that I can reward myself with for getting this far in the build. Okay, let me look. The Voron belt path. Voron printers use a belt path based on the popular Core XY pattern. The individual belt paths are stacked on top of each other, crossing often found in Core XY design is individual belt paths are stacked on top of each other, of each, and the crossing often found in Core XY is omitted. Oh, compared to many other implementations, the motors are moved to a less intrusive position. To learn more about principles behind Core XY, blah, blah, blah. Equal belt tensions are important. Proper function of the Core XY motion system. We recommend to run one belt, get the required length, remove the belt from the printer, and cut the second belt to the exact length. As both belt paths have the same length, this is an easy way of getting consistent tension. Okay. Okie doke. Okay. Ethan says you should get me some gummies. Nope. Well, and the reason I said that, Maria, is the Prusa printers, which is the one here and the little mini up there. When you get a Prusa printer kit, you get Haribo gummy bears. And you're reading through the instructions, and part of the instructions are stop and eat this many gummy bears. So they need that in this, but hey, that's okay. I need to find my belt. And there is the belt. Dun da da da. Cue the amazing music. Let's grab my Cutco shears by Cutco. Forever guarantee, guaranteed to cut forever. Anyways, that's my advertisement for Cutco. Let me use the shears to open my belts. There we go. And these are, from what I understand, these are decent belts. These are Gates Power Grip belts. So from what I understand, Gates makes a good belt. Now, is this one long continuous belt? I think it is. Okay, well, hardly any smell. I was kind of expecting a rubbery smell, but hardly any smell to them at all. Okay. Okay, well, let's just see. Oh, they don't really. Okay. X carriage. Oh, so I got to build the carriage first, because you need the X carriage in order to tighten the belt, if I'm not mistaken. They don't really. Yeah. Okay. I think I do need to build the X carriage first. I think. Although they're showing the belt path here. Okay, I've got to zoom in. How do they taste? I don't know. I'm not going to find out. So I'm going to zoom in here. There we go. So there is the belt path. So we go around the motor. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Man, that's I'm just trying to differentiate between the two belts. Okay, I'm going to peek ahead a little bit and then just see if there's any more tips on the running of the belts. So yeah, we definitely need these parts in to tighten the belts. And Okay. So there's an A belt. Okay, there we go. A belt and a B belt. Okay, makes sense. So this is showing the overall belt path. So right here, I've got to do these parts here. Okay. So we got to work on the X carriage first, obviously, because we have to have that in place in order to tighten the belts. So, okay, so that's fine. We can put the belt over here for a minute. Nero would have tasted it. Oh, come on. I'm not Nero. And you're not going to catch me tasting a belt. Where's my water? Okay, let's find the pieces. So that's the X carriage. So we're looking at this piece right here. So we got this piece here, which is the X carriage. Beautiful print. Look at that. Okay. And then a couple of those flat spacer things. I don't see them. Oh, Maker Beam XL nuts. Oh, those are nuts. Those aren't printed parts. Okay. I was looking for a printed part. Those are actual nuts. So I'm assuming and you shouldn't assume things, right? But I'm assuming those are part of the kit. Anyways, worry about that when we get there. So while I'm doing the heat sets, I want to make sure that there's nothing else to be heat set. No. Okay, so the heat sets are going to be 2 heat sets, one in each of these holes there, and a heat set on the back. In heat set inserts. Okay, so we gotta get some heat going here. He got belted around the mouth. Okay, let's plug in. There we go. Heat up the iron. We need 3 heat set inserts. I know you're squealing. You get to work again. 3 of you. 1, 2, 3 volunteers. There we go. 3 brave volunteers. Okay. So they're telling me to insert these. So they're down below that lip. So basically there is that iron heats up. So that one of the heat inserts is going in to this piece right here. And they're, oh, come on, get focused. Hard to see on this angle. Going into this piece right here, and they're saying to sink it down below this lip here. So that's what I'll be doing. Okay, we have our volunteer test piece to make sure the iron's hot enough. Not quite. Not quite. Are you loose? Yeah, you're heating. No. Okay, just takes a second to heat. Not quite yet. I wonder if I loosened that off too much last night. There we go. Now you're warm. That is a scrap piece. Just if you're wondering why I'm possibly damaging a piece, that is a scrap piece. Okay, so dropped. Where'd you go? Where did you go to? Gravity again. Mike must have popped on the stream. Are you on the stream, Mike? Every time you pop on the stream and make your gravity comment, I drop something. Oh well. We're going to hope they gave me extra heat insets. So... okay, let's try this again. Slippery little bastards. Come on. Get started. Here we go. There we go. Okay, number one going down. Just a tad more. Okay, there we go. And number two. This kit, this Voron kit, is the first time I've ever done heat insets. Never done these before, this kit. Okay. Oops, never had a need to. Okay. There we go. Just gotta be a little more careful here. There we go. And down. A little more. There we go. Perfect. And then one more. On the back side. Right there. There we go. So we got that one there, and we got the two front ones. Okay, good. So we should be able to unplug Mr. Iron. Yeah, I get cheap. We lost audio sync again? Okay, that's a 15-second fix. Starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9. Under 10 seconds to fix that. So audio sync should be back. Okay, so we have the heat set insets done. Your cheapo iron won't fit it. Too bad. Okay, so we got this part done. Now I am looking for, leave these nuts loose. Do not tighten. So we need some M3/8s, two M3/8s, and the M3 Maker Beam XL nuts. Okay, I don't recall seeing those. Maker Beam XL nuts. So they're not a printed part. Oh, right there. Helps if I move a bag or two. Let me bring all these bags of parts over here now. M3 T-nut. Okay, that's them right there. But they're not called what they say they're called. They just call these M3 T-nuts. And on the screen, they call them M3 Maker Beam XL nuts. But who am I to complain? Who am I to complain? I am a Voron, a VV, a Voron virgin. Okay, M3/8s. M3/8s. Come out wherever you are. Man, there's a lot of nuts here. M3/8s. They're staring me right in the face, I'm sure. Guaranteed. M3/8s. It's the biggest bag. Biggest bag on the table. Seems to be the most common nut in this build. Okay. Two of those. So they go through. This piece is upside down. They go through the back side, through these holes. Ooh. Are they threaded? They can't be threaded because they screw into those. Oh, these are the belt tensioners. Okay. One thing they did include is a nice little 2mm drill bit, but I think that's going to be. Oh, that's too small to clear these M38 holes. Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing that these are just going to. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they do thread in. Well, they go in easy enough. Good. Oh, a solder station's great. I have a solder station. I have a Weller solder station. Really, really, really good purchase, I will say. But and so yeah, so the kind of iron you want. If I pull this out, so this is a really good soldering iron. So this is my soldering iron for the Weller soldering station I have, and the idea with the with that heat insert is that you unscrew this, okay, and you can pull this off and replace your tip. Now, the heat insert tip is very slightly bigger than this Weller tip, so the heat insert tip will not fit in here. It's about a millimeter, half a millimeter too big, which kind of sucks. So I've ordered a smaller $15 soldering iron that'll fit that tip properly, because the way it's mounted right now, it's not perfect. It works for now, but it's not perfect. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed when my soldering station iron would not fit that tip. So that was kind of too bad. So, but again, as I showed you earlier, or you might have seen earlier, I got this piece which I've had for a while, and so what I'm going to end up doing with this is, if you can picture it, the cheap soldering iron is going to be mounted. I got to print them out. It's going to be mounted in here instead of the Dremel tool, okay? And it's going to have the heat insert tip down here. So basically, you're going to put your piece down here, and you're going to use this like a drill press. So you have a little bit more control over your heat press versus your hand, and you're guaranteed to be vertical and straight. As long as your piece is held firm and straight on the bed here, you're going to be able to put your heat presses in so much easier with this once I get that finished. But that's a whole other project. Okay, so I'm going to assume that I want the flat side of these little guys on here, so we're not going to tighten these. We are just going to let me get this up a little higher. There we go. So these holes, these need to be, yeah, they're not meant to be threaded holes, definitely, because, so there we go. I just have to make sure that I get those holes worn in a bit. Now we're going to put these little guys, these little block nuts. And these are where the belts are going to run under, obviously, to tension. But I cannot seem, I have big fingers, right? And that's half the problem here is I have big fingers, so I have to kind of cheat. Use the tools at hand to hold that on and hopefully get this nut started. Come on, start. Just bite on one or two threads. Come on. There we are. Okay, and now the other one. And just to get it started. There we go. There we go. Okay. And as they say, don't tighten those because you got to slip the belts underneath, I'm sure, eventually. Okay. So that's where we're at with this part right here. So these are going to be obviously the belt tensioners. The belts are going to come in from each side. And then we're going to use these screws on the back to actually tighten the belts when pulling the tension. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Okay. It's not cheating, it's being resourceful. Yes, true. Using the tools we have at hand. Okay. It's telling me the A belt, but you're not telling me quite yet where to mount you. You are going to be mounted, I'm assuming, on the X carriage. Let me just... Okay. I just want to zoom in here a bit. So you're really not mounted to anything yet. I kind of want to see. So you're going to mount to that X carriage linear rail mount this thing here. So I think it wants me to run the belts right now. I'm going to assume. But somehow I think I have to have this in place as a place for that to actually secure the belt. And I'm being very extra cautious here. So yeah, where are we at? 10:47. We'll go for about another 45 minutes. I can do 11:30 tonight. And yeah, I'm being a little cautious here. So I'm just going to look ahead here. A belt, B belt. Run the belts first. Okay, so it's saying to run the belts first. So this is eventually going to sit. Okay, so install and tighten the belts prior to fixing the X carriage to the rail cart. So that's going to go on this cart here. And the belts are going to kind of run in on behind the... Okay, I kind of see where that's going. Okay, makes sense. So they want to install the belts before we do anything else now. I'm going to back up this camera a little bit here. There we go, just so I can give you a view of the fun circus that's about to happen. So let's go to the A belt. And just because of my eyes, I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit. Because I still can't picture the path. But I think once I get it going, the path will become clear. Okay, where do I start? Okay, so we start at the beginning. In the beginning. Okay, so the A belt is going to go. Man, these pictures are not the clearest. Looks like we're going on the bottom. Sure, just fell on the floor. That's okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just being very right now. I'm just having a very, very close look at this illustration here. Is what I'm doing. I want to ensure, and it's showing me it from a whole bunch of different angles, but I just want to be sure I do the right path. So I think if I start in the middle and I come around, so we're coming in front of the X carriage. Okay, so we're going to come in front of the X carriage. Okay, so in front of the X carriage, so we're going to be on the bottom loop on this one. Okay, so, well, let's just give it a shot. We got to run this through. Oh, this is the fun part where um, I learned on the rat rig build that a zip tie comes in very handy for this, and I'll show you where I'm using the zip tie. Now I'm going to taste the belt. Yeah, sure. Here, let me get this camera down. Show you guys this. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. So run the zip tie. Curl it a bit here. You know, it takes a lot of time and planning to make a circus appear as disorganized as it appears. So we got to run this belt through. Okay. Oh! Okay, sorry for your ears. That was my hand punching the mic by mistake. Oh, that hurt. Okay, injury. There we go. No, that just hurt. And I just lost my zip tie, just went flying. So let's get another zip tie out here. I need to. Oh, that was shocking. I'm going to run the zip tie through here and over. Force the zip tie to go over. I did this on the rat rig and it was easier, but it was easy on the rat rig, but this is a really small space compared to the rat rig. Well, maybe. Okay, who's? I just got texted. Okay, just hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay. Smaller zip tie. Yeah, I think I got to use a smaller one. But still going to be a little bit challenging, but that's to be expected. Maybe this little guy, because all the zip tie just guides the belt through, but there's nothing to guide the zip tie through. So let me curl the tip of this. See if I can't force it in somehow. Where's my tweezers? Here we go. There's just tiny space to work with here. Oh, so if I say, okay, you don't want to go there, you want to go in front of this, and it wants to sneak its way through. You know, if Jason were on this stream right now, that little smart ass would be saying, so do you want to know the easy way? So I wonder if I do that, if that will force the belt. So do I want, but hang on, do I want, oh man, so it's going to go around. Oh, what's going on now? Okay. Sorry, I'm getting texts. There we go. Okay. I just got a flat side or perforated side. Hang on 1 sec, guys. So perforated, boom, boom, boom. So perforated is on the outside. So it's kind of right. So basically, okay. So I just want to make sure I have this belt oriented the right way. I keep getting just. There we go. Okay. 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 This is just a little bit challenging here. Not a big deal. I have to think about what I want to do here. Maybe. Let's see. There's just a couple of these ones that are a little challenging. So maybe if I come from behind here, force it through. That worked. Okay. So that worked. Then we're going to come around here. Okay. It's just a matter of just thinking and patience. Patience is the major key here. Let's get the belt up off the floor. Okay. Okay, I really want to try and, it's really not easy to get the best camera view on this, but anyway, so we got the bottom one there going, so we're going to come across here, and then all the way up and through, around the, so we're coming up through here, we're coming through here, and I've got to somehow wrap that around the motor, around the stepper motor gears. So we're going to try and push this in, force it behind that gear. Now, will it come out? Okay. 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 Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, there we go. Here we go. It's coming slowly around the gear. Patience is the key. Okay. There's probably an easier way to do this, but I'm just being patient. Oh, that's so bright. Don't look at the flashlight, Tim. Now you're going to be basically white blind. Okay, we got it. We got it. So it's going to come out from the motor and around, and we're going across the back. Okay. I think I got it. Where are you? Here you are. But it's going to have to, it's going to pull the motor. This is going to require a bit of pulling. There we go, because now the motor's turning. Here we go. Okay. Okay, now, so we're out of here. Okay, and we're coming across the back. And we don't touch this motor at all. We come down this side. Okay. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Oh, thought I'd save you that. Okay, we're going to come around, back through, and that's where we join up. Okay, so that's not too bad. So we come around here, back through here. Do I go around that bearing? No, I don't. And then that's kind of where we join up, is right about here. Oh, Kieran, I'm running some, I'm pretending I know what I'm doing here, running some belt for this Voron build. So, why I decided to do it this late at night is beyond me. And now I've lost my mouse. There's my mouse. So I just need to, oh, come on. Okay, so, okay, I got the belt run around. So this is the one that I ran right now. This fucking mouse. Sorry. There we go. What the? So I've started here. I ran down here. I ran up. We went through around the extruder, around the stepper motor, round back, around front. Boom. Now, am I securing it in the? Am I securing it in the X mount thing right now, or am I just? See, they show this thing mounted, but they don't want you to mount it yet. That's why it's confusing a bit. Okay, that was the A belt. Because I don't know if... Okay, that was the A belt. So this is going to be... So this was basically the lower belt. I think there's lots of belt here. Pull it through the slot on this. Okay. I'm offline at YouTube. Am I? No, I'm online at YouTube. If I refresh. Did I freeze on YouTube? No, I'm online at YouTube. I know what you're talking about, Matt. Sorry, was on a wedding. What? Both ends just pull through the slot and hang there until they're installed. Okay. So basically what you're saying is so this must install this way when it comes time. That's what's confusing me. So I don't know. I just want to know which way. Although the drawing from the top, yeah, okay. So it's showing it this way on the drawing from the top. So basically, what I want to do then is go ahead and pull this through. You're saying the bottom one. Okay, just got to get this a little closer. So here we go. So from what I'm understanding, the diagram showing it this way. So this has got to be pulled through that bottom one. So if I feed this through the bottom and then pull it, where's my tweezers? Because I've got to pull it up now. So basically, the tweezers aren't going to do it. There we go. I'll grab these. Oh, I see. They thought of everything. They give you a nice little slot on the bottom here. So that you can actually take a tool and push through to get your belt kind of up where you need it. I'm struggling a bit on this part, but that's okay. I'll get there. There we go. And then we pull the belt up through there. Oh, okay, there. And then basically what they're saying is that when I come here, so I can cut this now. So I'm definitely in the right. So I've got a little bit of room, there we go, to tension that now. So I should be able to cut this off right about there. It'll give me room to pull it through, and then I can cut it when I do the final tension, I can cut it off. So let's do that. Let's cut it right here. It's done. It's done. It's done. So can't undo it now. And then this one is going to come in under this piece. Okay. Half the battle here, guys. Half the battle is my fingers are massive. So I got big fingers. Okay. Excuse me. Pulling in under there. I can push up through here. Come on. Definitely didn't cut it too short. I know that. If anything, I cut it too long. But they're saying, oh, also they do say, yeah, the belt tensions, make sure my belt tensioners are loose. Oh yeah, they are. They're pretty much loosened off. Oh, these things you mean? Oh yeah, these are loosened right off. Like they are these ones. Yeah, that's loosened. Yeah, they're loosened right off. But it suggested, and I guess I should do what it suggested. It just means having to run it again. I'm just going to go back a page here. So here, bear with me. It did suggest we recommend run one belt at the required length, remove the belt from the printer, and cut the second belt the exact same length as both belt paths are the same length. Okay, so why don't I do that? Okay, I'll take its advice. So instead of doing this right now, we'll pull these out because I've got the belt cut to pretty much the right length here. It's obviously telling me to do this because it's going to make it a little easier in the long run. So we'll pull this out. So there's the belt length. Wow, that's actually quite long for the little printer. So let's cut the other belt the exact same length. Shall we? Shall we dance? This is kind of fun. Do, 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 do. And then we can cut. There we go. Matter of fact, there's enough belt for a third length too. So there's probably enough belt for 4 lengths. Okay. So it should be a little easier to work with them now that they're cut. So they don't rub on the belts passing behind the carriage. So I believe Nero had them coming, the slot hanging out the front through the slot so they don't rub on the belts. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying, where'd that piece go? You're saying he had them coming out through the front here, because inevitably this is going to sit. So inevitably this is going to sit like here. So you said he'd had them coming out the front so that they didn't rub on the parts. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Let me make sure if I skip ahead a few pages. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, and the instructions here say the same thing when I get to that. The instructions here basically are saying you're going to pull the belts through and run them out through the front and tighten them with these. So yeah, that's exactly what this is saying. Good catch. Okay. So let's run this again. Where are we at? 11:10. Only 20 more minutes. I don't want to do this when I'm too tired. So So now we just got to get these run through again. So I should be an expert at this by now, right? So I put this through and I use this to push it through. No, maybe I want... Let's just try flattening. So I'll flatten this. Okay. This just might be easier to push through here. Yeah, much easier. There we go. Zip tie wins every time. So we come through. Here we're coming around. Wonder if I can get this zip tie to go around the motor easy now then too. Why are you being so difficult? It did work. So if I can get you to come through. Oops. Silly me, not even thinking. There we go. I want that to go in this way. Yeah, we'll just push it through the way I did before. It took a little time, but it worked. It was only a short stream to remember how to do it. You did get access to the neck taker deck, though it was once again to the camera. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is coming along good, Paul. Not sure what you're talking about there, Kieran. Is it, be truthful, I didn't read the whole thing real quick. Here we go. Come on. Don't be shy. Come on out. Come on out and visit. There you are. Come. I insist you get out of there. There you go. So we're coming along the back. Let's move you back. And we're coming through here. There we go. Okay. Oh, it freaked me out for a second. I thought, oh man, that's too short. That should be fine. I hope I didn't make them too short. No, they're overlapping. We're fine. Good. If they're overlapping, I didn't do them too short. This was sent to me as a kit. Yes, Paul. Oh, I see. Hey, Tron, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so from what you were saying, it makes more sense then. We want this through here. And then we push this out the front with whatever we have available. Something that's not going to perforate the belt. So let's, come on, get in the hole. There we go. Oh, you know what will work too, actually? Good old zip tie. Force it to go down that front slot. There we go. So I see what you mean. So coming out the front, kind of like that. That makes a lot of sense. And they both should be able to fit out the front. And it looks like I didn't cut it too short. Good. Last thing I want to do is have cut it too short. Oh, probably could have gone a little longer. Make this part a little easier, but that's okay as long as I can force under you and then use my little zip tie again to push it through. Oh, that's going to be tight. I need something thinner. Well, let's not give up so easy. Almost better off to have these nuts not in here yet. Let me try something. I'm almost better off taking this off for now for a moment. Just taking that off. Bringing this through. It's not easy. It's not easy. Well, I'm going to try something. I'll take them both off. There we go. We're going to run them through together. I might have made the belts a little short. Ooh, I wonder if I went too short. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I'll bet I made them a bit short. Wouldn't that just be a kicker? I would have been better off having them a little longer. I mean, they're not too short, inevitably, but well, let's just see how much spare I have here. And I have a local supplier that has these belts. He would run them over to me tomorrow if need be, but let's just see. Yeah, I could definitely do a little longer and trim them off later. Okay, so this one, if I make this one, let's make this one about 1.5 inches longer. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, I think I got enough belt here. I think I got enough to cut 2 more. Oh, yeah. So that's the one. There we go. So fortunately, they give you enough belt to kind of screw up once. Just once, though. Nah, I don't mind. Just cut a new belt. Belts are cheap. So, lesson learned. But I got a local guy, as I say, that has these belts in stock. 3 3D Lab Tech, if I should so need them. But I think these are good. I just, fortunately, this LDO kit came with plenty of belt. And plus it's 11:20. Plus I am getting a little tired here, but no excuses. No rest for the wicked. I can't find my little there it is. Little zip tie I dropped. So let's get you through here. There we go. So you're coming around here again. Okay, you're going to come through the motor. Actually, if I run you up a little higher, there you go, and then push you down. That's a little easier. Then we just tweeze you out. There we go. Let me continue around. I notice it gets easier each time I do it. Oh, look at that. Now that's plenty of slack. Okay, I'd rather have that much extra slack and then trim it than have to struggle with the way I was struggling. Okay, I think we're good. We're lined up around the motor and we're lined up around all the bearings. Yep. Okay. Okay, so now we can grab this. This should now pull through the bottom if I put both pieces in. This is the struggly part right here, is getting these both through that hole. There we are. And there we go. Okay, they're both through now. So what I'll do is I'll run the top ones now. There we go. And then I can always tighten up and then trim off excess on the front. Okay. See, you do it 6 times. Can you not buy the belts on a long roll? Yes. They were on a long roll. And I sliced it up and had the first 2 cut too short. But I think this roll of belts, probably $20. I don't know. But these are decent belts. Apparently these are the good belts. They're from, they're called, I don't know what they're called. I cut the name off somewhere. Anyways. It is a open belt. I don't think they're expensive anyways. So, okay. So now we're going to look at the B belt. It's the A belt. So the B belt should be almost like a mirror of the B belt, of the A belt. Blech. Yeah, it is pretty much the same thing, except we're coming from the other side. Pretty much the same thing. We are losing viewers. We are losing. No, that's okay. Everybody's tired. It's late. So we're going to come through here. We're going to push the zip tie. We're going to attempt to push the zip tie in. Gates belt. Yeah, I think they're Gates. There was a name on one part. Yeah, they're Gates belts. Gates Power Grip. So apparently Gates are good belts. So from what I've heard in the community. So, and I believe that's the same brand that's on my rat rig. There we go. That should force the belt to go through. No, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. maybe if I do this and then come back through this way, maybe that won't work. Ah! This takes a little patience, and I know I'm not showing very good camera angles here. Pew pew. So I'm trying to feed this through here. Come on. You don't want to cooperate with me, though. I've lost my autofocus feature on this thing. Okay. So can I get this little zip tie through here? If I can get a little zip tie through here like that, I should be able to use that to pull. But you're not cooperating. You're not going where you should go. No, 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 no. Okay. Love it. Keep going. Ha! Probably easier to run through the motor first. You think? Either way, I have to go through here. Either way. It's got to go. Oh, okay. There. I got it now. I had to outsmart it. I got it now. Similar to the way I did the rat rig when I had that issue with the rat rig. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to go through the motor. And that squeaking is just the feet squeaking across my desk. Nothing to panic about. Nothing to see here. Come on, get through. What's holding you up? Okay. Just gotta baby step it through like I did last time. Come on. Come on, you're being stubborn this time. Here we go. Here we go. This one's just a little tougher because the other belt's in place. Now I just have to get a grip on the end. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. I manually turn. Where are you going? I'm feeding you, but where are you going? There you are. Get out here. Come on. Got it. Whew. That was a chore and a half. Okay, I'm going to say no. That was a chore and 3/4. There we are. Whew. Down to 14 souls watching the show. Way to go. Okay, that's our upper belt. Let's see if I can force you through the upper slot. It just gets a little tighter as we get more things in here. And us big-fingered folks. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Gotcha, you bastards. Got them. Okay. Phew. Let's make sure that I'm lined up everywhere, that I'm not apart anywhere. There we go. Everything looks aligned. Good. Now we'll put the little holder thingies on the back here. Okay. Let's start with the bottom one. It doesn't matter which one we start with. This could be fun. Who said it was easy to build one of these? Nobody. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a little tough. Let me just look at the instructions real quick here. Yeah, you kind of got to force this through. Good night, Hutchmaker I'm going to wrap it up here in a minute. I may not. I think I'm just a little too tired to think about this, because it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's just, this is just tedious what I got to do here, and I'm just not focused really well right now. It's definitely not. It's definitely not something you want to do when you're overtired, because that's when you make mistakes. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this. This is if I get to a point where I'm starting to feel a little frustrated at all, that's myself saying to me, give it a break. You've come a long way so far. You've come a long way so far, and you had a good night with it. With all the trouble I'm having, the first print should be great. It should be. Okay. Well, camera's a bit high. I gotta sit down to be seen. So, anyways, that's it for now. We got a good portion done tonight. We got the belts run. I just have to fiddle with the with getting those belt clips back in place now. These two little guys here. Let's put them in the tin here so I don't misplace them. But yeah, I'm just a little burned, and it's a little late, and I should stop this, go up, have a drink of water, relax for a few minutes, watch an episode of Better Call Saul, and then go to sleep. And then tackle this tomorrow when I've got a clear head. But I'm quite happy with what I've got done so far. Made a little mistake of cutting the belts a bit short, but just means I have a couple spare lengths of belt that could be used, but definitely need some work. I could use those for something else, like headband or something like that. So it is a lot of machinery in a small space. I have big hands, right? Like I've seen bigger, but I have fairly big hands, and sometimes it gets frustrating working on small stuff, but I make do. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Tomorrow night, I don't know what, I'm not sure what tomorrow will bring, but definitely on Sunday stream. But keep an eye out tomorrow for sometime at the latest, maybe between 9 and 11 again tomorrow or something. I'll do some more building on her, but we'll see. But I'm quite happy with what I got done tonight. So far, so good. So thanks, everybody. And we will see everybody later. Building with bare hands. Oh, good one. Good one, Dougal. Good one, Dougal. Anyways, I'm going to go before somebody decides it's fun to raid me and I have to stay on. So I will catch everybody. Need to hire a gynecologist to build. Oh, Kieran. Okay, Kieran, on that note, I'll catch everybody sometime tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it again. And thank you for the super chat today. That was really appreciated too. So catch you guys later. Bye for now.